We had an unseasonably warm early spring day this past weekend, so I invited my friends from the Miami Shawnee Ember of Firecrafter over for some backyard fun. First thing we had to do was build a fire. Living in suburban Ohio, it's important for me not to build big, roaring fires in my backyard fire pit. Well, my buddy Tom has a wood-burning stove that he uses to heat his home through the winter, and he's become a master of the upside-down fire technique. Upside-down fires are known for burning low and slow. So I asked him if he'd teach me and the scouts and the others gathered on this beautiful afternoon, teach us how to do it. He graciously said yes.
All right, so today we're building an upside down fire. Why on earth would we want to build an upside down fire? I'm going to give you 3 reasons. Number 1 reason, you're building a fire in a wood stove. You want to build an upside down fire because you want your flame to start at the top of your fire. Why? It's the most hottest part of the fire. You want to get the flame closest to the flue because you want to heat your flue up first and get that, make sure it guarantees that your draft is going the right way. Because on a day like today, your chimney's heating up, it's probably kind of warm in there. And if you're trying to build a fire, what's going to happen is instead of all the smoke going up and out your chimney, it's getting sucked down into your cooler house, which would mean you have to start opening windows. And if you don't do that, you're going to end up with a really smoky house. So one reason is hottest part on the top, heat that flue up, get it nice and hot. Then we'll again and suck all that cold air out, and then it will draft properly. So keep your family happy, not having smoke in your house. Second instance where you would build an upside down fire would be the ground is so wet, there is no way you're putting a bird's nest in a tinder bundle and getting that going. Let me see how wet this is. We just had, how many, 3 days of rain and what, 5 inches of rain or something like that? That's kind of wet. All that moisture is going to get sucked into your tinder. It's not going to burn real well. So that would be the second instance. The third instance that you'd want an upside down fire, it's a really slow building fire. This is something that you're building for the night. You want this thing to kind of gravity's going to it burns down naturally. Whereas if you build your fire from the bottom up, it burns pretty fast. Like say for a campfire, you want that to burn fast and hot and look amazing. This isn't going to look as amazing. It's a slow build. So that would be your third instance why you would do that. So most important elements, the foundations of a upside down fire. First off, you start with your fuel. The opposite of how you would think on a regular fire. Start with your fuel. This is now your platform. Eventually, as time goes on, your fire burns down, this is going to start to burn. This wood is, I think it's apple. It's been cured for about a season. So when did I cut down that apple tree? 2 years ago? About a season and a half, I'd say this has been seasoned. So it's pretty dry stuff. So as I take a look at what I've got here, I've got my fuel. I've got my next layer of fuel, which is just all split up pieces of ash. This stuff's been pretty dry. One of the benefits to building a fire assuming I was doing this in a wood stove, I've taken really good care of my wood. I mean, it's under a tarp. It's all been split up. It's been sitting. It's kiln dry practically. You're not going to have that luxury when you're outdoors. So this is a very specialized way of doing this. So your next level here is I'm going to take some of these smaller sticks and I'm going to kind of sandwich some of this stuff in between. It's sort of like building a teepee fire. Not a teepee, I'm sorry, a log cabin fire. I'm going to throw some of that. You can see the dust coming off this stuff as it comes across. It's been sitting. I'm not sure what this one actually, I think this stuff's actually off by linden tree.
Cottonwood, I think.
It could be, yeah, maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but it's stuff that's burned really well over. Once it gets good and hot, it goes. Put a few that way. Then, let's see, what am I throwing there next? This stuff's gonna burn really nice. It's gonna go on top. Throw some of that in there. That's gonna burn really nice. And I'm gonna take some of my pine needles. I don't need too many of those. Just start that. And then I'm gonna throw some of this stuff. I'm gonna reserve some of this to kind of feed this as it goes. Like I said, this ash wood is super dry. it's been sitting for years now. It's one of the first trees I think I cut down when I moved to Dayton. Going on 10 years now. And there's some more of that on there. I'm gonna sandwich a couple layers here. Now, ideally, if you were building this in a wood stove, your edges are about this wide. I mean, your firebox is maybe it's about a foot and 1.5 cubic feet, maybe 1 3/4 cubic feet. So you're packing that box. I've got way more space here. Wind is actually the enemy of this type of fire, which is why in a wood stove there's hardly you have air coming in at the bottom and maybe one at the top, but like you have your draft going through your chimney. Your air is pretty limited though. I'm gonna save those. I'm thinking we might be ready here. I'm gonna just throw some more of this on, just because this stuff's gonna burn real fast, real hot. Work its way down. So unlike your traditional fire, where you would burn, you start this from the bottom, you're kind of starting this right around in here. Because you want all this to get real hot, and then gravity's gonna pull it down. It's gonna burn downwards, eventually catching your fuel on. A fire like this, in my wood stove, this would burn for, once it got going, without me touching it, 6 hours, I would guess, was what I'd get out of something just like that, without adding any wood to it or touching it or doing anything. If anything, maybe a half hour into it, I would even start closing down the air going to it, and it's going to be hot. It usually chases me out of my family room, especially on a day like today. Who wants to have the honors?
Some matches behind you.
Okay. All right. Like I said, this is something usually you do indoors. Today's a somewhat breezy day. See how we do. The wind's coming from that way. Let's see how we do here. Nope. Too fast.
I think it's going, Tom.
Yep, I think it's gonna stay.
Like you said, it's a slow start,
It's
but
slow, but once it gets going,
once it's going, it's gone.
It'll definitely.
Now, if you had damp wood in there, you'd be fighting yourself.
Nice job.
And you can see the flames slowly going down. It's got that
It's
tinder
working its
now.
way down. There's enough fuel in there to get hot enough to start the apple wood at the bottom.
Yeah.
And at that point, the apple wood, like once it gets to that level and that starts burning, I don't really want it to burn it fast. I want it to just kind of just cook all night and kind of feed itself.
After the fire was burning nicely, we ordered some pizza, made a few new bow drill sets, and had a lot of fun playing with my buddy Mike's new pump drill. Looked something like this.
I have 41 merit badges.
41 merit badges.
I'm probably going to get a 42nd tomorrow. Because I do have it complete from a merit badge trail. But, yeah, I wasn't there last meeting, so I didn't actually earn it.
So what's your name, young man?
Andrew Pratz.
And what's your position in the troop right now?
I'm the senior patrol leader.
The senior patrol leader.
Wow. We're supposed to bow down to you, aren't we?
Yes.
No, you don't need to bow down.
Oh.
I'm just
Future
just
Ember
an
Chief,
SPL.
right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm only a camper, though.
You're the leader.
Yes. Natural born leader.
Right.
No.
This is ironweed on white pine with Brad's 16-inch honeysuckle bow drill, or bow. Mike Finelli, giving it a go.
Raspberry and maybe
Oh, there's blueberry and there's cherry.
think it's smoking, Mike. I see an ember in there. Yep.
Looks like an inch and a half, but
Hold it out there.
there I go.
And jump to a new hole.
Actually, yeah, if you hold that.
Just focus on your movement.
There you
Don't
go.
worry about the ember.
Good smoke. Got smoke again.
Go as fast as you can.
Keep that up and you'll have it. Wait. Hit a stick. You're real close.
Go as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Ember on, baby.
So far it's still there. It's still there.
It's still on.
You got it.
You got it, Zach.
Zach,
How do I,
you got your ember, buddy.
can I
Very nice.
try to put it?
You want to make a flame?
Yeah.
All right.
Knock it out of there.
What do I do?
Okay, so hang on to that. I'm going to put it in the nest for you.
Close your nest, Zach.
That I can.
Okay. I don't want to put this, yeah, that's a good idea. In case I don't want to get you hot. I'll fold it in a little bit. Okay, now blow into it. Walk over to the fire real slow. Squeeze it together a little bit. Yeah, now with each breath blow a little harder.
There you go.
And take a fresh breath from the side if you're real close.
There you go.
You're real close. Don't breathe that smoke. Real hard. There you go. You're real close. There you go.
There you got it! Way to go, Zach! It's always exciting watching a young person make their first friction fire. That just never gets old. That's all for this one, folks. Thanks for watching. See you again next time.